until we start seeing team fights happen.
Okay. So they're going to rush for level 4 for sure, right?
Yeah, and on top of that, the Lunox also, counters the Link to a certain extent, because even if he's on the wall with the Cloud Walker, the Lunox can just pop her ultimate and burst him down in an instant.
Yeah. And she can also disappear and avoid all the damage they want to put out. So it's going to make comboing these key players a little bit harder. So
I feel really bad because we're constantly raving about Explorer's Draft.
Hey, you know what? I'm an Alice main, so I really appreciate that. But anyway, we're going to go into the game now. I want to avoid missing first blood, so I'm going to throw it over to you guys once again. Ares Vertigo, game number 2. Will Envy go home or will they equalize? Over to you guys.
Here we go, game 2 between Explorer and Notorious Villians. As Lysander said, it's go big or go home, especially for Notorious Villians facing elimination. And it's going to be a very tough fight given Explorer did manage to pick up game 1.
Okay, so this time Dora on the Jawhead instead of JS Love. So this time, hopefully, if they could actually do something different. You see, this time Dora doesn't make the same mistake as JS Love. He goes there, he tries to disrupt, but it's just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just give them a little bit tease, little bit of tickling here and there.
I think on top of that, Notorious Villians have a pretty weak early game. Think about it, it doesn't really come to make much of an impact to his level 4. The Link constantly needs the blue buff, as well as being able to farm up. So Explorer feels a little bit more comfortable with Dora invading more aggressively as compared to the previous game with JS Love.
Ooh, Kolya here on the Ruby, and Dora just missing the ejector right at the edge.
Yeah, but they burned Kolya's flicker. So that's 2 minutes without the flicker on a Ruby that's already down to a quarter HP. Ryby's going to be able to outpoke him with the Dark Cutting Form. So I think, Envy have to play this very cautiously.
I mean, Notorious Villians, they look pretty okay. They look pretty shaky, but like I said just now, their team is more for, not instant burst. It's more of a prolonged fight. How long can you last throughout the fight? Okay, gets the jump.
Yeah, the targeting sword, the Sicilon early
Oh
game.
no.
But Kolya come about. No flicker, like we said, so he's going to definitely go down here. They even pull out the Depth Sonata from Mochichi. I think he was saving it, but they realized they need to get the kill right onto the Ruby. And Explorer just has a perfect early game. Right? You have the Lunox against the Ruby, which you already got the lane one. All they have to do is just buy time for Sword to farm onto the Sicilon while they bully the side lanes.
Yeah, I mean, but on the other side, Notorious Villain, you have that Kufra. So that Kufra will be so detrimental towards Mochichi. He's going to put him out of position also. But opposing my rebuttal.
Yeah, you're going really deep into this. But, another but, Notorious Villains did manage to lose, or rather, lost their first turret onto the top side. And this is what I talked about, right? Explorer just making use of that early game potential in not only the Grandeur, but the Jawhead as well, to just make life miserable for Notorious Villians. And this can get really out of control because if Explorer is dominating that hard early game, it's just going to get worse when Sword gets caught.
Oh, Kolya again. Goodbye, Kolya, getting caught off and off again. We barely saw the engage, but it was okay. But we at least saw the death of Kolya, the second time. So Kolya again, he keeps getting ganked non-stop. So especially with that first tier turret down, how is Kolya going to do this better for the team? If, Envy were to try to reverse sweep this, my prediction is still there,
I think for starters, Envy now is going to have to be very cautious about Explorer invading that blue jungle, because with the first tier turret at the top lane down, Explorer now have access into Notorious Villains' purple jungle buff.
Oh, that's true. And here's Love is going to be forced back right now. Real world manipulation. Ryby taking so much world, and Tempest on plane is going to take down Ryby. And there we go, double kill coming out. Dora, what? Okay, that fight was a little bit, JS Love jumped in, had to get out again, and then Real World Manipulation was popped, and then here, it's a little bit of like a, you take a step first, oh no, you take a step first. So it's a matter of who goes first, who's going to be able to turn the fight, who has the damage. As we can see there, Notorious Villains, they managed to capitalize on that little bit of damage, especially from too easy for Angelo, but late game, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, what's really good for Notorious Villians in that fight was that both kills actually went onto the Link. That's a much needed amount of experience and farm for too easy for Angelo. He also did manage to secure his blue buff because of those 2 kills. Explorer not feeling too confident about invading. So that is a really good buyback from Envy. And well, we do see JS Love charging up the Tyrant's Revenge. I don't think he will find anyone there. But Explorer looking very comfortable.
They're looking kind of good, and 2Z Angelo here putting some aggression onto Dora. Tempest of Blade comes down, he's going to be able to get right off, but XM3 taking so much, and the ultimate from GS Love is gonna take down a chunk of Monchichi's health, but there is just no follow-up. There's no follow-up, and he goes down too. Monchichi taking both of those kills. So,
yeah, the killing spree just keeping him alive there.
Last Insanity is gonna burst Kolya down to 1 bar of health right now, and Benzo still has the immortality, so he has nothing to lose. He's gangster. He's the OG. He's just pushing in. He's like, you know what? Come at me, bro.
Fortunately, Kolya doesn't have to burn away the flicker, but now the bit back move coming right underneath tier 1. That's going to be easy for 1 for 2, easy for Angelo. They burn away his immortality, but will he be able to get them out alive? The Farragut's armor is down, too easy for Angelo. Should be an easy kill for him. And well, he is on the killing spree. That's 3-0. Meanwhile, on the opposite side of the jungle, Monchichi getting the burst down. I think this is going to be a sister-on kill, but Dora, with the smart missiles, will pick that one up.
It was a good trade, you know. You traded Benzo down in the bot lane, and you know, Explorer had that intel, and you know, instead they went for Mooney and GS Love. So, Explorer, they are playing so much on intel right now. They are playing at a 200 IQ level. 200 IQ. So they know, you know, at that very first fight, you know, they know Kolya didn't have that flicker, they know they burned it, they went all in. And as we say right now, XM3 is gonna plop. Did I just say plop?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, she popped the Blood Oath, and the GS Love is gonna jump. Tyrus Ravage gonna catch onto Monchichi. I'm a fan is gonna hook him in, but here comes Tempest of Blades, not gonna be able to secure. But no worries, because you managed to catch out Monchichi, giving the EU that shutdown goal.
Last Insanity coming, and that is a perfect buyback for Explorer. They don't even need the Grandeur. And Beto is coming online right now. Swerve the backline, just so happy to get all these stacks. And looks like Explorer, you know, every single time they get a kill into Monchichi, Envy looks like they're winning the fight. And then Explorer just bites back really hard when they get that 4-man gank off. So I think Explorer, they feel very comfortable because every single one of the hero has decent damage output. I think same goes for Notorious Villians, but yeah, Explorer just looking really more healthy in terms of capitalizing on this thing.
It looks like they, you know, Explorer, like you said, they are waiting to pounce at any given moment. So, you know, like you said, they don't even need Monchichi, so too easy for Angelo. It's going to be an uphill battle, definitely for him.
Yeah, and even without Monchichi, they have a lot of pseudo carries in their team. They have Swirl, you know, they have Ryby playing on the Lunox, they have the Xbox. Every single one of them has the potential to become that pseudo carry. So this is why Explorer looks so good in their draft, especially in game 2. Because even if you take down the Grandeur, there's the Lunox you have to worry about. You know, there is the Xbox that's kind of serving as a pseudo tank / carry.
Yeah. Pretty alright. It's pretty alright, like I said. Explorer, okay, I feel like, you know, they're going for the slightly greedier lineup, you know, for the more damagey lineup, just like, you know, Season 1, Forsaken, you know, that's how they draft, but they didn't manage to pull it off. But, you know, this time with a new, fresh lineup, Notorious Villians, you know, I feel that they could pull it, Explorer, the brand new Explorer. Not really new, but you know, some new lineups, I feel that they can pull this off.
Yeah, I love this coming out from Too Easy for Angelo. Playing a little bit greedily, walking into the purple buff of the opponent's jungle, takes it, they even get the tier 2 here. He's going to use the Tempest of Blades. He's thinking about jumping right onto Swirl, but he's dropping very low. Since he's not going to get bursted
there
down.
We go.
Not enough damage on this Xbox to do against both Kolya and the Link. But onto the other side of the map, Explorer now biting back, taking the tier 2 on the top side of Envy's lane. Can they actually keep this?
Oh, right.
I think they're just going to surrender this away.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the moment Too Easy for Angelo sees a chance to get swirled, he's going to jump all the way back. And the moment your Sanguine Claws is not going to catch anybody, that's it, you're screwed. Swirled is screwed over. So it doesn't matter how you have, you know, you get the AoE, you got the clockwork, it's not going to be enough. So unless... Oh, okay, Swerve kind of seems like he's building towards something tanky.
Yeah, he doesn't really need too much damage, right?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, he will have those stacks come in. Meanwhile, you do see the big will come in, they get the hook right onto the Joy, the Swinging Force will land on two members there. Ryby in the thick of things, he's just going to do this, he's ducking his bomb. I think he's already burned that Winter Truncheon earlier, so he doesn't really have the sustain, but now Monchichi is starting to bite back. They don't really feel comfortable with losing 2 heroes and still committing this fight, and Envy will walk away the victor of that without losing any heroes.
Yeah, I mean, Explorer, you see, like, even though they lose 2 people, they're like, no, we can still turn this fight no matter what. We have the damage, we have the garangness, we have the gung-ho. Let's go in, you know, I don't care who you are. You're Notorious Villain. Oh, yes, love, just missed the jump. Too easy for Angelo. It's gonna back away. Like I said, Too Easy for Angelo it's confident right now. He's feeling very confident. Going in, stealing away purple buffs, going here, going there. That's what a Link should be. That's how a Link should play. Not like Mooney. No, I'm just kidding. No hate towards Mooney. I love Mooney. It's just that, you know, he just plays, Too Easy for Angelo plays a slightly better Link. but I'm not saying it's a good lane.
Mooney is, at the end of the day, a mage player. If you
Yeah,
watch a
that's
lot of
true.
his streams, he plays mostly the mage. So
That's true.
I wouldn't doubt both of these two
Yeah,
teams
for
playing
sure.
to the best of their ability. But now Explorer playing a little bit
Oh,
greedily.
the
Dora
jump.
gets caught out once again. They're constantly aiming to draw hit, but they get the ejector right. Ryby lands in the middle of it all. The lost insanity, and the segment close will actually stop the real world manipulation right there. Meanwhile, onto the back line, Envy jumping right on it. Too easy for Angela. XM taking this damage right through Ryby. Will have
they
to
see
flicker out of
Monchichi.
trouble, and now Monchichi is going to be biting the bit. Good finish points coming up from the side of the lane to get the kill. Ryby's going to get cleaned up, and Explorer in true blue Singaporean spirit. The moment you praise them, they get punished.
I mean, Notorious Villain, they really played that to their advantage, right? They see the moment the team is split up, Mooney pops the real world manipulation, he's going to chunk everybody down. Too easy for Angelo. Flying here, flying there across the wall, he's going to secure it, he's going to clean up everybody. Just like the cleanup crew.
Yeah, I
Clean up
love
on the
this
way.
coming from Notorious Villians. They're constantly targeting the jaw hit. Once the jaw hit goes down, there
That's
really isn't a front line for Explorer. All the other heroes, yes, a ton of damage, but they're
But that's
very
the con.
squishy.
Yeah, that's
right?
the con. That's the con of playing, a more pseudo damage kind of, team composition lineup right there. And the jump again, and the stun is going to come out first, going to get down all the way, and Dora looking very, very low right now. Bento is going to be able to pop that last insanity, but no death whatsoever except for Spurs and GS Love.
And now Ejector. They're gonna get Cole here. Can he run out alive? I think Explorer is
Yes.
gonna give him that free pass there. They're more concerned about making sure that Monchichi gets the blue buff. Meanwhile, Envy, I gotta say, looking really good with all these ganks.
Yeah, they look good. That was a very solid gank. That was a very good team fight overall. It was clean, it was fast, it was good. Look at this. Jump, catches Dora. Kolia is just zoning Ryby all the way back, not giving him anything to do other than to, use the light ultimate, and Bento getting burst down. Kolia gets down, but look at this, all the way up top. Too easy for Angelo. After he's done, he's moving, and then Tempest Blade comes down, catches Monchichi at the edge, he just finishes off Monchichi. After he's done with that, he's going over to Ryby, so it's just a constant move, go and go and go.
And back into the present, Bento now trying to keep his tier 3 alive at the bottom lane. They do have decent wave clear, and it is a non-enlightened Lord. I think Envy,
Normal Lord.
not much that they can do there, but they can take away the outer turrets, and that's what they will do.
Ooh, look at the damage onto Kolia there from Sword.
A lot of this amazing MV team fights have come through from JS Love, right? You get that flash into the Tyrant's Rage, into the Tyrant's Revenge. Very good setup for MV. And I think this is where Explorer have to be very careful. They've been constantly being caught out in places which they don't want to fight in. And that just makes it so much easier for MV to win them. Because as long as the Eve gets untouched, that is a ton of damage from a real manipulation.
Yeah, and JS Love and Dora going at it, your tank slash support slash roamer, they have to face check Bush no matter what. So you just gotta keep going. If you get caught out, that's it. You're gonna goodbye. Oh, the charge, they hear the charge. Is it gonna get 5 men here?
They're gonna play this slow game. It's all about securing that blue buff. I think Monchichi is gonna burn that retribution for that. Meanwhile, we do see JS Love coming in. This time around, not wanting to burn the flicker. And now Dora onto the engagement,
Dora.
wants to get someone to eject the
Oh, yeah.
says, it's okay, I will jump right onto your backline. And now they're gonna force 3 flickers right out from Explorer. I think XM is a very bad spot, but he's done his job. He's managed to zone out the rest of Explorer. But here comes Bento. The sustained damage coming through. The Death Sonata comes up, but it's a little bit too late. Both teams will walk away with 1 kill each.
I mean, it's a 1-for-1 trade, right?
Slightly better for Explorer because
Yeah.
they did manage to get the Alice there.
Yeah, so but XM, he had to do what he do. Like you said, he did his job well. He went all the way in front. He zoned off, but the heat, the start of the juice, where it all leaked from was Kolia, right? Kolia with that gauge is just insane. He doesn't even need I'm offended. He just goes in, spin, I'm done. Everyone is
I think Dora wanted to catch him out initially with the ejector,
Yeah.
but good call from Kolia there to just flicker into the thick of it. And he did manage to catch both Sword and Monchichi, so they burned a lot of those better spells, getting themselves out of the hit.
Oh, do this spot? This spot too easy for Angelo. I've got to say, Notorious Villain, the name are kind of hard to pronounce. Too easy for Angelo. That's so long already, and we still have to pronounce XM, XM, and XM. How about we just call him XM3?
Now you can call him that.
Yeah, it's easier, right? And Angelo, just Angelo. We love simplicity. GS love, okay, scouting out. Right, so everyone is on the edge right now. Everyone is, on very tense. They're looking out. They're just trying to scout out for info. Whoever shows their face first, they're gonna be playing that as the bait. The moment anyone gets caught off, goodbye. So yeah, look at it. Double checking, Bush, just doing their stuff. Notorious Villain. You gotta keep a lookout. They need information. They are so heavily reliant on the catch. Right now, Ryby, last insanity from Bento is gonna secure onto XM3 right now, but Kolya jumping in all the way, gets the sun, gets the arm offender onto Bento and Dora, but Dora here with unstoppable force trying to chase down Kolya, but the lifesteal is just too much, but they can see too easy for Angelo, is trying to go for a backdoor, and they're trying to hold him there. They're trying to go for the Lord instead, but Bento trying to zone off, too easy for Angelo, nearly got a backdoor there, but he was getting caught out, and all the way at the Lord already, too easy for Angelo.
Yeah, they're trying to contest for this Lord. They're gonna send Ryby to push up on top lane. Meanwhile, Explorer, it's a kind of like a 4v4 fight. Dora gets the ejector off. They get Kolya down. They need to sustain coming up. Alice is still not up just yet. And it's all down to Gensler. How much time can he buy? He's gonna burn through the immortality. But here comes the rest of Explorer. They're gonna bite back. Envy managed to steal the Lord in that, and that is that saving grace. That could have turned out very, very badly for the side of Notorious Villians.
Yes, Love with that amazing jump and catch onto Manchiti at the back of the Lord team. That was crazy. But now, Explorer, they don't care what you do. They're just gonna give you more pressure because they know you only have 2 men and that's all you can do. Right? That's all you can do.
Easy for Angelo, very desperate for that purple buff right there, but Explorer just gonna deny him that. They even managed to invade the opponent's purple buff, so that Link is gonna be one set Link, because the thing about Link, he's really good, but he needs that blue buff to constantly happen.
Yeah, he's so reliant. Because the play comes down to get away. That Sonara not gonna catch one, he's just gonna be able to cancel it out, and Bento is just going to pop down the Lord with ease. Fairly easy, but they do have Mega Creep. So.
Well, this is a too close of a game, I would say, for Explorer, and it's all thanks to easy. Too easy for Angelo, split push. Now that they have the super minions on the top side, they can apply a bit more pressure across the rest of the map, and Explorer wouldn't be too happy about that.
So Explorer right now, on the edge, Kolya gets caught up with it. So they're just gonna wait out for the next Lord, right? It's either they wait out for the next Lord or a huge, crazy fight is gonna break out of nowhere.
Now this is a lot better for Explorer, I would say, because without the purple buff, Link, all he can do is really just split push. And for Explorer, they don't have to rush. They have Sword playing on the Sicilon, they can buy time, get him the stacks that he needs, and at the same time, they can just control the map down here. And we have to be a lot more careful with positioning.
Yeah.
Yes, Explorer has been, on the receiving end of all those hits, but if you look at the kill score, right? It's very tight. It's
so tight.
It's so neck to neck between these two. Nothing kind of standing in the way in terms of both kills and network. We are already 18 minutes in, so at this point, network is pretty balanced out. Most of the heroes were really maxed out. We already see the Ice Cream Wall coming up from side of Bento. We did manage to see the Necklace of Durance coming on Mooney earlier, so that's going to help a bit against the lifesteal of that Xbox.
Yeah, I mean, Xbox is going to be so detrimental here, especially for Explorer. So Bento is so crucial in this fight. I mean, everyone is crucial, right? Everyone is crucial, especially everyone has a part to play in the game right now. So it is a team game. It's never a solo game. It's all about communication. Everyone needs to set up, especially for Dora too, on that Jawhead.
Explorer taking their time, just pushing out the waves like you said. I think it's more important that they don't lose any members before the Lord fight. 3 seconds to go, Envy is kind of just scouting out, making sure they don't get caught out of surprise coming up from Bento. End of the day, there is a Jawhead in Explorer's draft. So they need to be very careful about getting caught out with the ejector, and that's what Envy is doing, right? Making sure that Mooney is well protected, and they're just gonna send the Link on a rampage on pushing out the sides.
Oh, Sword opting for the Dominance Eyes instead. That's new. I mean, not new, but I mean, that's...
Yeah, I think it's
good.
Sustained when that Link jumps on him. Yeah. Right? He reduces not only the movement speed, but also the attack speed coming up.
30%.
Yeah,
30% attack speed.
Explorer prioritizing a lot of sustain on their backline, making sure that even if they get caught out by both Kolya or XM, they can stay long in that fight. Go ahead now, pushing out onto the wave. Envy Doing a very good job. It's all about maintaining control now. They're sinking the waves up. I think this is where both teams have to push those lanes out so that they can make their way into the Lord speed. 4 seconds to go. I would say the Explorer looking a little bit more decent because their heroes are gripped up, but we have seen the JS Love can pull sick combos up and set up those team fights. They don't have the link. They don't have the link by their side. Dora looking for ejector, just pushing away members of Notorious Villians. They want to get control of this lot. XM looking for an entry point, doesn't really have one. Link joining up the fight now. Lord down to half HP. Bento using those fire missiles to keep members of Notorious Villians away. JS Love setting up the stun, but they don't really have an entry point. Once again, both teams not really committed to this fight because they know if they lose this one, it could very well be over.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's on edge. I think they have the contest for this. They need the contest. JS Love. Oh, yes, the jet. Kolia. Okay, the Lord knocked up and the suppression comes in and Kolia gets the hook onto Ryby right there and they are going to get down. But real world manipulation comes out. Ryby is going to get taken down too and Dora on the edge of it, but too easy for Angelo. Looks very, very low. He's going to get busted down, but Immortality is going to get popped out. He's going to be able to escape, but no, he's going to get shut down and the killing spree comes out. Double kill and Monchichi is going to be able to secure Kolia too right there. Successful fight for Explorer.
Yeah, well, if I'm Explorer, I quickly go back, queue up, push out the top lane, and immediately go for the Lord. 40 seconds without the link, without the Ruby. Explorer must be feeling very good about this.
1 whole minute on Kolia and Ling. So all you have is Mooney, XM, and JS Love. So it's going to be very tough to fight. And you have Swerve and Monchichi, so that's going to be crazy painful to play. I mean, unless XMT, gets a 4-man stun. Gets a 4-man stun, gets the Blood Ode down, wins the truncheons, everything, it's over.
It's going to be very tough because Explorers are really making quick work of this Lord. Down to half HP, they pull out the real manipulation. Ryby being forced to use the last insanity. Will they secure? Yes, they do. And now they manage to take down JS Love. They even managed to shred the Immortality charge away. Now XM will have to make the run for it. Mooney burning away the flicker. And like I said, Explorer, they're looking very good right now. 4 against 3, they secure the Lord. And now, how well can MV hold their ground?
I mean, Explorer, Dora, Sword was so painful. Dora was the only victim of that. And we have the Lord marching down. The hook comes down onto Bento. They're trying to burn off his immortality, but the armor is going to save him right there. And too easy for Angelo. Wow, the Lord just hurt him.
Lord just smashed that Link's face. He's going to heal back onto the red buff, but now you see Last Insanity coming up. They're immediately going for Mooney here. He's in a very bad spot, but too easy for Angelo. At the back line, the Tempest of Blade comes up. They burn down Bento's immortality, but they are looking to fight right back. Ryby in the middle, thick of it all, looking for the right time to use his ultimate. They're gonna use the Death Sonata just to put a little bit of pressure. Explorer not wanting to give the advantage away. They take away the tier 3 in the middle, which is still a pretty decent result coming out from that Lord.
So, wow, too easy for Angelo gets whacked. Instantly whacked by the Lord. So it was a good hole from Envy, but Explorer on the other end, they played it safe, right? They say, okay, let's take this turret, we're gonna back right off, gain some buff, gain some money, build some items, especially Dora. Dora is still 1 item behind, so he just needs that last item.
Oh, JS Love gets bursted down, but he's still alive, goes back in, and they punish that. Ryby goes down, and that is free license for the Link. He doesn't have to worry about the Lunox right now. XM going in, thinking about it, but doesn't really want to commit to the Blood Oath. Explorer will have to walk away. Nevertheless, a very good fight coming up from MV.
That was a perfect jump. Perfect jump, perfect follow-up from Notorious Villians. Finally, we get to see some solid follow-ups from Notorious Villians themselves. So, let's see how they play it out. Let's see how they do.
40 seconds without the Lunox. MV having the top wave pushed in. They want to secure this tier 3 in the middle without the Lunox going up against them.
Oh, but Sword is just going to provide so much damage. Dora is going to get hooked. Ribbon Manipulation comes out. Last Insanity, Tempest of Blade comes out. Dora is going to look very, very low, but Bento is going to be able to use Last Insanity to get right out. Sanctuary Claw is not going to catch down onto Kolia, but the burst onto Monchichi. Monchichi is going to get a catch, but XM3 is going to get all the way ejected to the back, and Monchichi is going to be able to use his immortality to get right out, and XM3 is going to be the victim of that 69 cooldown. 69 seconds on cooldown right there is not going to be enough. XM3 down, and Ryby coming right back up.
Now, that was always going to be a very tough fight for Notorious Villians. They don't really have too much long range assault other than Mooney playing on the Eve. And, you know, Explorer can just keep the distance away. Yes, a bit of a force fight for Envy, but I think it was worth the gamble.
It was good. It was good.
Yeah, if they did manage to take down both Sword and Monchichi, that could have been the tier 3 for them. But, you know, Explorer being Explorer, putting up a very good fight. They have Dora with the ejector, constantly making sure that Envy can't have a smooth engagement. Now, tables turn. Explorer looking to go ham.
Oh, let's go!
Alice,
Let's go!
and they jump right in. The Tempest of Blades. Can they actually get a kill here? The Sanguine Claws actually catches Mooney out of position, and now they even get Colia without the frontline Explorer. It's going to be a 4v3. Too easy for Angelo. Does swap those items up for the Immortality Charge, but the Lord's coming up in 30 seconds. They won't have Colia for this fight. Same goes for Explorer. They won't have the Lunox. And I'm pretty sure the Explorer will feel confident about going in for this one.
I mean, but if you look at this, XM3 just coming right out. They need that stun. They need that blood ode. You know, XM3 provides so much to the team, but the moment he gets caught out, that's it for Notorious Villians. They're going to go off the map for sure. And too easy for Angelo gets caught out a little bit. You know, sometimes he's a little bit off position, but he has the damage, he has that aggression, and he has that disengagement that we all know and love.
And it's all about identifying the win conditions right now. And for Explorer, it's about making sure that the Ling and the Alice doesn't jump with the backline. Same goes for Colia. If he jumps in, gets the I'm offended, that could be a very bad engagement for Explorer. Whereas for Envy, it's all about getting that Sicilian off the board. If they can get the Sicilian or the Grandeur, their lives will be a lot easier because that's a huge chunk of damage in Explorer's kit.
Yeah, but I mean, Explorer, their Sword is standing so far back, you know, there's no way to catch unless you really commit all the way into the fight. You know, unless you really commit hard into the fight, especially if you're that Ling, you need that aggression. And we all know Angelo loves him some aggression.
Potions coming up across the board for two teams right now. Net worth not really a problem. Most of the players just swapping those items up at this point. You know, keeping those potions on board. You see the rock potion coming, XM, Dora standing in the middle of it. I'm offended coming up from Colia. They want to lock this Jawhead down. Meanwhile, Bento doing a good job of zoning JS Love away from the backline. The Whirlwind manipulation comes up. Dora will have the immortality, but it's all about stopping that ultimate, and they do manage to get it stopped. Too easy for Angelo to get twisted down by the Death Sonata, but Dora is dropping as well. XM in the middle of it all. Alice is just healing everything up, and now Explorer in a lot of trouble because they get caught. They don't have the sustain that they have or they want, and now Sword gets picked off by Colia. This is a fantastic fight coming up from Envy. They burn through all the immortality charges on the Explorer, and now Ryby trying to make a play onto the bottom lane. One more burst. He has immortality. He could be able to do something here. Mooney, slightly out of range, and now Envy will come up to clean up the rest of the fight.
What a fight from Notorious Villain. It was messy, it was scuffy, but they still emerged victorious from that fight.
His immortality got popped. He actually got popped by the minions at the bot lane, and stop it. They also got the tier 3 Creeps MVP, and now Explorer, they must be greening because what turned out to be a bad fight for them actually meant that they picked up the tier 3 as well as burned away the immortality charge on this E.
I mean, you thought it was going to be a bad situation, but oh no! The ultimate from GS Love is going to go wide. Bento with that backstab, and but I'm offended is going to catch him off. Bento is going to look very low right now. Bento on the edge of real world manipulation, and the immortality is not going to get popped. Notorious Villains, Mooney with that zoning away, trying to secure the lot for Notorious Villains right now. That was a good zone.
Yeah, a good zone. Explorer just couldn't really contest for that. Yes, you have the Xbox, but you know,
no contest.
Envy is just gonna make sure that they keep the Lord safe. And if Bento actually committed to that, that would be a very risky gamble. He could lose immortality charge, and on top of it, Envy could then have a good fight because without the Xbox, you're missing that sustain that you need to stick on top of both Colia and XM.
It's definitely true. And Mochi, so getting the Winter Truncheon right now. So
I think he realized that he's getting caught out by Colia too much. And the fact that XM will just jump on him. So he's getting the Winter Truncheon to buy more time. GS Love here trying to make a play for Envy, trying to find an opening.
They're setting up. They're setting up for the GG push. Colia standing all the way into the thick of it, but here comes the split push from the Notorious Villain. GS Love threatening a catch right now, but Colia and GS Love is going to get ejected right now. And here comes remote manipulation right now, and Colia is going to go all the way back in the, but the turret is going to look very low, but the hook onto Dora right now, and there goes the jump. Here comes the floor, here comes the stun onto Ryby, gets the press all the way up front, but here comes Ryby. He looks very low. Is he going to be enough to go away? But no, Ryby is going to go down, and Monchichi looks super duper low too, but Ryby is going to be the death of it, and XM3, a 1-for-1 trade for Notorious Villain and Explorer. Explorer managed to get out the mage.
Well, that was a good hold coming from Explorer, given the fact that they had to take down the Lord before they could support Dora, doing a fantastic job as a tank to hold the fort. You know, it was pretty much a 4v1. But Explorer has to be very careful about this. Monchichi getting caught by JS Love. Oh, here comes the Link. He managed to burst down. They burn the Immortality Charge. Will he have the Wither Charge? He doesn't even need it. They actually bite back. 80 seconds without the Link. And now Explorer are going ham. JS Love trying to buy time with the Tyrant's Revenge. He's gonna have to hop away. Run, JS Love, run!
No.
But Slow gets tossed by the Ejector. They stun up the Krufa. And now, Explorer 4v1, 30 seconds before the Alice come up. This could be over.
And they have the
for
Mega
MV.
Creeps too. They have the Mega Creeps too at the bottom lane right now. So Notorious Villain and, Explorer, they need to go for this push. They need it. It's 60 seconds on the cooldown timer. It's too long.
Twilight Armor coming up for the Alice here. Try to sustain against that Grandeur, but this is a menacing push from Moon
the jump!
to handle. They managed to suck Dora out of the way, but they don't care. There is just 1 minute. It's all it takes. And Explorers send Notorious Villains home.
Oh no, my prediction is wrong.